Well, a good evening to everybody out in Raceland here tonight. We appreciate you joining us tonight on the Hammer Down iRacing League Thursday night Thunder 410 Sprints as we get ready to go racing with heat race number 1 here tonight. We've got 2 heat races for you. Going to be 10 laps in distance on both of those. 4 cars will invert from each of those. And here's how they're going to go for heat race number 1. Going away from the pole will be George Curtis in the 64 machine. To his outside, Tommy Karkin in the 99. Row 2 to the inside. Actually, whole row 2, a couple of guys to keep your eye on. Chris Adams, who was super quick on Tuesday night in the 360s. And his outside, Skip Tuttle in the 83 machine. Looking to have a bounce back run here. Had some tough luck of late. He'll be aboard the 83. Row number 3 to the inside will be the 15 of Bill Moselle. To his outside, the 53 of John Heydrich. 6 cars, 10 laps the distance here for heat race number 1. All right, folks, here we go. Ready to go with heat race number 1. Off turn 4 here at the Grove, and we are green. Good side-by-side battle between Curtis and Karkin down the back straightaway. Here comes Chris Adams in the 4 machine. He'll take over the second spot, entering turn number 3. Oh, a little bit sideways, pulls the wheelie, makes contact with Karkin. That allows Curtis to jump out to a huge advantage. Here is they've already put lap number 2 up on the board, and we're shuffling back for positions. Johnny Heydrich in the 53 has moved his way up into the 3rd spot, as Tuttle's got all sorts of problems in that 83 machine here this evening. Not sure what has happened to the Tuttle machine. Heydrich right there, Karkin right with him. Looks like the driver's having a tough time negotiating the track surface here so far. Chris Adams now starting to reel in George Curtis for the lead. And as Curtis comes down to the line, puts lap number 5 on the board. We're halfway home. 5 laps in and 5 to go. Still Chris Adams right there behind him in the number 2 spot. Good battle brewing behind these guys. as you've got Tuttle, who is laps down. Heydrich running in the 3 spot. Tommy Karkin running in the 4 spot. Those are your invert cars currently. Bill Moselle riding in the 5th spot, all alone there in the 15 machine, making his way through turns 3 and 4. Boy, not sure what happened to the Tuttle machine. I don't know if he just didn't make the grid or if he got an incident there right off the bat, but he certainly got speed in the car, 3rd on the track, but 6th in the running order, as that battle for the lead continues to heat up here between George Curtis and Chris Adams. Adams right up against the fence into turn 3, and now going to try and diamond the corner off turn 4. Couldn't make it happen that time. Curtis with a big swing from the top side of the track down toward the bottom. 2 laps to go. Oh, Curtis pulls a wheelie off turn 2, and there goes Adams right on by for the lead. Off turn 4, Chris Adams, your leader here at the white flag. One more trip around the famous Williams Grove Speedway for Chris Adams. These guys having a tough time tonight negotiating this track surface that seems to be slickening off more and more with every lap they put down. But off turn 4, it's going to be Chris Adams going to pick up the win here at heat race number 1. 2nd will be George Curtis. 3rd will be Johnny Heydrich. 4th, Tommy Karkin. 5th will be Bill Moselle, and Skip Tuttle will round out the field in position number 6. So some interesting racing there in heat race number 1. These drivers having a tough time negotiating the surface a little bit, and that ought to make heat race number 2 that much more exciting, as only 4 cars will be inverted for tonight's feature event. As we've got heat race number 2 starting to grid up here on the front straightaway. We'll give you a little rundown of how they're going to start. Going away from the pole here in heat race number 2 will be Terry Landis in the 661. To his outside, Zach Wilson in the 111. Run number 2 to the inside, Mr. Hard Charger himself, Matt Everts in the 06. To his outside, it's the trout fisherman, Randy Crowder in the 96. Row number 3 to the inside will be the 85 of Cole Harvey. To his outside, Randy Gregory in the 27. So heat race number 2, 6 cars, 10 laps the distance. 4 will make it to the redraw. Or the invert, if you're actually announcing the race here tonight, not your local dirt track. 4 to the invert. Heat race number 2, making their way down the back straightaway. Chevy Performance Pace Truck pulls in off of turn number 3. 6 cars, 10 laps the distance here for heat race number 2. Terry Landis on the pole for this one. He leads them off turn 4. Dave Farney looks the field over, says, "Go ahead, boys, let's go." Zach Wilson with the quick jump right off the drop of the green here. He will take the lead into turn number 3. Landis right there in the 2 spot. Right behind him will be Everts, the 06. Oh, Everts caught the fence and up and over he goes. Lands it on all fours. He's going to keep right on going. We'll have to see if he got any wheel damage out of that one, but so far so good. Cole Harvey now will move up into that 3rd spot, but it's still Zach Wilson out front. Showing the way in the GoPro sponsored number 111. Lucas Oil Products on the top wing of that machine. Lucas Oil Products, a huge supporter of dirt track racing and all forms of motorsports across the country and in Canada. Wilson puts lap number 4 up on the board, 4 and 6 to go, and Terry Landis really starting to close in here in that 661. He is really being aggressive on the bottom through the middle lanes, trying to make up ground. He is right about a car length back of Wilson as they enter turn number 1. Down the long back straightaway underneath the famous Williams Grove Bridge. Into turn 3. Oh, Wilson got out of shape, and that's all it took. There goes Landis to the lead here on lap number 5, halfway home. 5 in, 5 to go. And these guys can't be too bashful here because Cole Harvey has closed in. He has closed the gap mightily here in the 85. As now Landis has some trouble off of turn 4. That allows Wilson to get a run on the outside. Side by side down the back straightaway. Into turn number 3 here, coming up on 3 to go. Throw a tablecloth over the top 3 down the front straightaway. Now Wilson will lead with 3 to go. Landis, and now Harvey takes to the outside. Good racing here in heat race number 2. Wilson lets it slide out to the top. Oh, got so close to that wall. That's what you got to do to be fast here at Williams Grove. Harvey trying to take to the outside of Landis off turn 2. Couldn't make it happen that time. Landis down through the bottom. Harvey trying to get that momentum run on the top side. Couldn't make it happen that time. White flag in the air. Final trip around the half mile here at Williams Grove. Wilson comfortably out front. The question is, who's going to finish second? Landis and Harvey. Landis through the middle. Harvey up top. Not going to be able to get it done. Wilson will get the win. Second will be Terry Landis. Third will be Cole Harvey and Matt Everts, the 4th and final invert car for tonight's A-Main. Randy Crowder and Randy Gregory rounding out your field. Uncharacteristic problems, it looks like, there for the Crowder 96. Hasn't been able to get that one up to speed quite yet. So while the competitors take to the track here for their warm-up session, we'll go ahead and give you a little rundown of tonight's sponsor of the Thursday Thunder 410s. Again, tonight we're racing with the Thursday Thunder 410 Sprints here at Williams Grove. We got a lot of great racing action coming up for you this weekend on the Hammer Down iRacing League. First up, we've got the RNC Wraps Super Late Models from Volusia County Speedway. 30 laps the distance here for tonight's Thursday Night Thunder 410 sprints. Here's how they'll go. Cole Harvey, John Heydrich, Terry Landis, George Curtis, Zach Wilson, Chris Adams, Tommy Karkin, Matt Everts, Bill Moselle and Randy Crowder, Skip Tuttle and Randy Gregory, and Brian Gregory in the 11 machine if he can make the call, and it looks like he has. Chevy Performance Pace Truck off the speedway. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to drop the hammer. Oh, we got trouble right off the drop of the green. Caution going to quickly come out here as the cars file through turns 1 and 2. As our camera angle right on the flag stand had it covered soup to nuts on that one. Good job with Rob on the camera angle there, as a couple of cars made contact and made some pretty significant contact with the inside barrier just shy of the start-finish line. So caution flag out here on lap number 1. They'll come down to work lap number 2 into 3. And while the cars were out there warming up, I was telling you a little bit about the schedule, but I don't think my mic was cued. So we'll give you a little indication of some of the races we've got coming up here on the Hammer Down iRacing League. The RNC Wraps Super Late Models will go at it tomorrow night at Volusia for a 30-lapper. Action kicks off at 9:30 with, of course, the live broadcast right here on HDIRL.com. Then to fill out the rest of your weekend, Saturday night, the MHL Pro Late Models will take to the Williams Grove Speedway. So we'll make a quick trip down to Volusia, and then we'll head back here to the Grove for the MHL Pro Lates on Saturday at 9:30. Sunday night, that's kind of our fun league. Have a good time there on Sundays. That's the season championship for the Sunday Night League. Race number 12, the Whelen Modifieds at Thompson Speedway. 100 laps for that one. That should be exciting. 7 p.m. start time on Sunday. And then next week, we got the BEI Lightning Series UMP Modifieds Monday at Eldora. The North Star 360 Sprints are at Knoxville on Tuesday. The Hammer Down Midgets right here at Williams Grove next Wednesday for you. And to fill out the rest of next week, the Thursday 410s will leave here and go to Volusia. The RNC Wrap Super Lates next Friday night will be at Charlotte. That ought to be entertaining. Chevy Performance Pace Truck pulls in off of the racetrack, and we look to go back to the green. Down the back straightaway, we got a great battle for the lead here between Harvey and Heydrich. Harvey going to keep the lead here in that one. Going to pull out to a 2-3 car length advantage as we've got caution here as we work lap number 6. Caution flag on the speedway one more time. And one car that got caught up in the accident on the opening lap, a car that you expect to see at the front of these ones, Chris Adams in the 4 has a problem. He is currently 5 laps down. And last I looked here, was sitting on pit road. So a tough break for one of the front runners, Chris Adams, here tonight. While we have a moment here, we'll take a look at the point standings coming into tonight's action. Skip Tuttle in the 83 machine comes into tonight with a 6-point advantage over Tommy Karkin. Randy Crowder currently third in the points, Cole Morgan fourth, and John Heydrich in the 5 spot. Here in the point race, Heydrich is currently 20 points behind your leader, Skip Tuttle. Tuttle currently running in the 8th spot, so your point leader has gained 3 spots since the opening green flag. Started in the 11th spot. Our biggest mover of the night here so far, well, no surprise at all. Randy Crowder started 10th up to the 5 spot here as we work coming up on lap number 8. No surprise there at all. We always see Crowder picking his way through the field. Looking down through our running order, Cole Harvey, your leader in the 85 machine. He started on the pole. Heydrich is second. He started second. Everett's, Mr. Hard Charger started 8th. He's up to 3rd, so he's clawed just as many spots as Crowder has. Landis started 3rd, currently running 4th. Crowder running 5th. He started 10th. And Tommy Karkin, one of your top point contenders, currently in the 6th spot. Chevy Performance Pace Truck off the speedway. Cole Harvey leads us back to the green. Chris Adams able to pull back onto the racetrack, got repairs made to that car. But Heydrich has got his hands full here with Matt Everts. Good battle here for the 2nd spot down the front straightaway. And caution coming out here. Yellow, yellow, yellow on the speedway. Oh, and Everts, just as the caution came out, makes contact with the inside barrier off turn 2. Now makes contact with the outside barrier. Not sure what happened there. Everts, though, with a problem on the 06. Just after the caution came out. And we go back under yellow here, working lap number 12. Looks like we got some folks joining the broadcast with us tonight in the chat room. So a little shout out to everybody watching online. Got 11 viewers right now on at least on our Twitch channel anyway. All of our live broadcasts that we do here on HDIRL.com will be posted up onto our YouTube account as well, so be sure to look for that. And we always post the links in the Hammer Down Racing League Facebook page, so you can check us out on Facebook as well. Just do a search for Hammer Down iRacing League. Got a lot of folks talking about the 96 machine here tonight. He's always got a lot of fans that join us in the chat. One of our regular racers, the voice Adam Buchanan, voice of the Brewerton and Fulton Speedways, joining us on the broadcast tonight. He's tuning in all the way from North Carolina. So a shout out to him. Bring some warm weather back with you, Adam, if you don't mind. We're not going to be able to get our race season started up here with all this snow. So we're still working yellow here, and Everts in the 06 looked like he was trying to get back up into the position he was in when the caution came out, but it looks like he is going to have to start toward the back here after the incident off turn 2. So the hard charger man going to have to hard charge from the back once again as we're back to green off turn number 4. And it's still Harvey out in front, but Heydrich is right there with him. And right off the drop of the green, we go back yellow. Problems in turns 1 and 2. Turns 1 and 2 seems to be Calamity Corner tonight. Having a hard time putting some green flag laps up on the board. as we currently work lap 16 of 30. Well, if you're in the chat room watching and listening to all the action tonight, go ahead and type in who you're rooting for tonight in tonight's feature. Let's see who everybody's following tonight. I see some folks in there for Crowder's 96, Racing Mom in there on our chat panel tonight. Got one in here, Dirt Slinger 2017. Let's go 85. So we got a Cole Harvey fan in there. Harvey is led from the drop of the green. He's had a strong car all night here tonight. Field will come down, and I believe they'll get the one to go signal here this time. So we are past halfway. I expect we will probably see a single file restart this time. And it appears that is the case. So they will be nose to tail. Off turn 4 to come back to the green. Cole Harvey out in front of this one. Running in the second spot is John Heydrich, Terry Landis, Randy Crowder, now up to 4th from 10th. Tommy Karkin, your top 5. Everts has climbed back to the 8th spot after starting at the tail of the lead lap cars on that last restart. Harvey drops the hammer off turn 4, and we're back to green. Heydrich right in his footsteps into turn number 1. Right through the middle, Harvey lets it drift up, and we are caution once more. We got cars in the fence here on the front straightaway, and we just can't get a green lap in here in this middle portion of the race. Currently working lap 20 of 30. Everts in the 06 machine bringing his car pit side. Looks like he has lost the front wing on that car. Got some front end damage. Looks like he might have had got a piece of that one of these previous couple of incidents here. Everts' crew makes repairs, and he's right back out onto the track. That should keep him on the lead lap here. One of the procedural rules that all the drivers certainly aware of here in the Hammer Down iRacing League, there are no wave rounds and there are no black flag clears unless it's a car coming off of the pit road trying to rejoin the field. That's usually the only instance where the admins will clear a black flag. So got to make passes and get up to the front the hard way. As we work lap number 21, now put lap 22 on the board. Want to thank some of our great league sponsors here at the Hammer Down iRacing League. Of course, RNC Wraps Racing Designs. Also got Dialed Designs, one of our great supporters here. MHL Performance for all your performance needs. Bellinger Electric Incorporated, sponsor of our Monday Night League. North Star Mohican Casino Resort, all the way in the beautiful Wisconsin Northwoods. Turn 5 Media and Bud Davis Photography, all sponsors here at the Hammer Down iRacing League. We are back to green, off into turn number 1, and here comes Crowder. Here comes the crowd favorite here tonight, Randy Crowder. 4th spot, looking for 3rd on Terry Landis. Couldn't make it happen that time, so he'll have to regroup and try to shuffle his way up through the pack. Still Cole Harvey out front, as we now have 6 laps to go. And he is getting some pressure here from Heydrich. Oh, now here comes Terry Landis trying to work the bottom. Randy Crowder up to the top side. Side-by-side battle for third into turn number 1, and Crowder takes it. The trout fisherman is casting a line here down the back straightaway. Trying to reel in first and second, and Heydrich with a slide job in turn 4. Harvey turns underneath them. Slide job from him down the front straightaway. Heydrich takes the lead. I think Harvey might have spun the tires because here comes Crowder up to second. Coming down to the line, lap 26 goes on the board. 4 laps to go, and Heydrich leading his first laps of the night. Here with 4 to go. Crowder reels him in up to the back bumper into turn 3. Pulls a wheel up alongside, but couldn't make it happen that time. Heydrich spins the tires off turn 4, and here comes Crowder closing in. Crowder is lurking, waiting for that opportunity to make his move. He's within a car length into turn 3. They both slide from the bottom to the top of the speedway. Crowder tries to run the middle. Still a 1 car length advantage, and here goes Crowder. Slide job into turn 1, but Heydrich turns it down low. Slide job of his own down the back straightaway. Into turns 3 and 4. Coming to the white flag off turn 4 this time. Heydrich and Crowder. Who's it gonna be here with 1 to go? Crowder with a slide job into 1. Heydrich turns it right back down to the bottom, but Crowder has the momentum down the back straightaway. Crowder leads into turns 3 and 4. Off turn 4, last lap pass for the win for Randy Crowder. Crowder gets the win. Second will be Heydrich. Third is Harvey. Fourth is Terry Landis. Fifth is Skip Tuttle. Then it's Karkin, Everts, Gregory, Bill Moselle, Zach Wilson, George Curtis, and Chris Adams. Ladies and gentlemen, what a finish here tonight. Our best finish of the week so far as Randy Crowder gets it done. We will talk to him in Victory Lane here in just a second. Stay tuned.
User was moved to your channel.
No problem, man. That was fun racing. Thanks,
User
guys.
was moved to your channel. User was moved to your channel.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us tonight on HDIRL.com. We are in Victory Lane talking to your winner, Randy Crowder. Last lap pass for the win. Randy, tell us about it, man. What are your emotions?
Man, I had to work hard for that one. That was awesome. I'm excited about it, and I thank everybody that drove a good, clean race up there.
With about 2 or 3 laps to go, you first made the slide job into turn 1. He was able to turn back down underneath you down the back straightaway. Did you think that was going to be your only shot?
Man, it was. I didn't think I was going to actually make it happen. I just tried to hang on there, and I just tried it. I just dared myself and went for it, and I made the slide happen, and thankful for him for driving me clean.
Had to have a lot of discipline tonight. It looked like some guys on corner exit in turn 2 and 4 were, spinning the tires a little bit if you weren't disciplined.
Yeah, man, this fuel thing that they got going on here makes it real tough for guys.
Well, man, great job tonight. What an exciting finish. And I can tell you got a whole lot of folks in the chat panel that are excited about this finish tonight. Why don't you tell us about who makes it happen for you in the 96 car?
Well, I got to thank all my family for allowing me to do this, my wife and my kids, my buddy Skip that's in this race with us, and all these other guys that we run with. Man, we all put our heads together to come up with these setups, and I just appreciate everybody and everybody that helps me out.
Great job tonight, man. We'll see you again here real soon.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. Y'all do a real good job.
There's Randy Crowder, tonight's winner, and now we'll talk to second place finisher John Heydrich.
User was moved out
How you
of your
doing tonight?
channel.
Oh, we're good, John. Boy, you had a shot. You led your first couple laps there with about a handful to go. And then what a battle between you and Randy, man. That's how we get it done here in the Hammer Down League.
Yeah, I knew I had to get ahead of the leader. I knew once I got around him, I was pretty confident that I could stay out front. But once I saw Randy come, he was there. I knew he was there, and yeah, I was able to get underneath him after he passed me. And coming into that last turn, um, when he finally stuck the pass, I came in I way too low. I knew I couldn't stick it to the bottom, so I had to let it drift up. I'd rather let him take it than take us both out.
Yeah, I'm glad you mentioned that because that was my question. With about 2 to go, he pulled the slide job, but you were able to turn down underneath him. So the difference was just where the car was positioned on corner exit.
Exactly. I could not come off the bottom. My car was definitely set up to run middle towards the top. Um, yeah, it was. I gave it all I had.
Well, you certainly did. You put on a show for the fans. We got all sorts of comments coming in here on the chat panel. Great race tonight. Tell us about the folks that help you out there on the 53.
Yeah, first of all, I want to thank the Bellingers for making this all happen. I mean, I really appreciate this league. Me being a newcomer, I only bought this whole setup in February, so I'm relatively new. Tonight, I ran a completely stock setup. Um, Bill Moselle, he races here with us. Boss Mechanical, he's on my car. Just basically, I want to thank all the guys here that come every week and make this a real exciting league.
There's John Heydrich in the 53. He finishes in the second spot
User
tonight.
was moved out of your
And now we'll
channel.
talk to the guy who led the most laps tonight by far. Cole Harvey finishes in the third spot. Cole, I know that's got to be pretty disappointing with how many laps you led tonight.
Yeah, it was a little disappointing. I knew John was staying right up there with me, but I just pushed a little too hard in that one turn there and got a little high, and he was able to get up underneath and get past me.
With the track here at Williams Grove tonight, I think that just goes to show just how perfect these drivers have to be out there, because that's all it takes is one slip up and you go from the lead to third.
Yeah, that's definitely a situation with this track with the hairpin turns that it has. Once he got around me and I tried going back low, and my car just wasn't set to run low, and that allowed Randy to get on past me as well.
We saw the updates that iRacing put in just today, actually, that now limits you guys to only being able to put 3 gallons or 30 gallons. That really seems to be throwing a lot of the dirt sprint car guys for a little bit of a loop.
No, it didn't really throw me off too bad. I run the 30 gallons anyway and just keep it at that. So when they implemented that change, it really didn't affect me too much.
All right, very good. Well, great run tonight. You led an awful lot of laps. Lap leader tonight by far. Bring it home with a third place finish. How about the folks that help you out there on the 85?
Oh, thank you. I'd like to thank all the admins and Hammer Down for putting this on night after night after night. They bust their butts to allow us a place to run, and definitely all the guys that run up front and run clean, and they're all good guys, help everybody out, and just make an enjoyable night every night for everybody.
Well, there you go. Cole Harvey, driver of the 85, leads the most laps tonight, comes home in the third spot. And that's going to do it, folks, for all of us here at the Williams Grove Speedway and the Hammer Down iRacing League. Want to thank you for joining us and our coverage here tonight. Remember, you can find our schedule, standings, the live broadcast, sponsors, all the information right on our website, hdirl.com. And we thank you for joining us, and we will see you out at the races.